there's a ball on it.
If there's no ad,
It's on the tripod, right?
do you want me to stop talking during the breaks?
Oh yeah, no, he'll cut your audio during the breaks. These rosters aren't right.
Need help? You need me to do anything?
All right. Here we go. We're coming in 3, 2, and 1. You're live.
Nick Carlson here in Delaware Valley. Baseball showcase for the high schoolers. 0-0, the Ascent versus the Combat here in the top first. 0-2 is the count. Fissler is up first, number 8 for the team as he watches a ball in the outside corner. 1-2 is the count. And that's hit out to right. A bloop single for Pfister as he's going to hold at 1 for a 0-out single. And Noella, the right-handed batter. Fissler on first. Noella watches an inside pitch. 0-1 is the count here with 0 outs, top of the first. And a runner on the way. They get him in a little bit of a pickle, but he slides in safely to second using that speed. Fissler gets himself over to second base. So Noella with his 0-1 count, 0 outs here in the top of the first. Fissler on second, and the pitch goes high. 1-1 is the count. Fissler with a strong lead off a second. And he eyes him back down. A big lead there from Fissler, trying to keep an eye on him over at second. The pitch inside. Good save there as Noella now 2-1 the count. And the 2-1 swung on and popped up. Infield. And makes the catch. First out for the Combat here in the top of the first. Fissler still on second. So 1 out here in the top of the first. Fissler on second. Another strong lead. And that swung on a pitch right down the middle. 0-1 is the count. The 0-1 inside pitch almost hit him. It did hit him. He's going to take first. First and second here early on in top one, with Brian coming to the plate here in the cleanup spot. So man on first and second. Only one out here. The first pitch of the at-bat on the way. Checks the runner back at second. Fissler getting in his head over at second. A lot of strong leads. Definitely keeping an eye on him. First pitch of the at-bat, a steal over to third as Fissler gets in safely. Showing off some of that speed. Runner stays at first, though. Fissler in scoring position at third. As it walk back to the mound now. And the 1-0 pitch, and a steal over to second as that's driven out to left. This should score Fissler as he tags up. And that's going to be 1-0 here in the top of the first as they get their second out. The Ascent lead off the Brian sac fly. Fissler scores. That's going to bring up Kine. First pitch of the at-bat is swung on and grounded to shortstop. Going to throw over to second for the force. And that's going to do it here. 3 outs. The Ascent lead 1-0 here in the top of the first after the Brian sac fly. 1-0, the Ascent lead. Nick Carlson back here. The Ascent taking on the Combat. 1-0 the Ascent lead. Off of a Brian sack fly. Fissler scored on the run. So we get underway here in the bottom of the second. Strike on the top corner. Nelson Leo stands in the box as he takes that first pitch strike and swings one out to right. It's going to be foul. 0-2 is the count from Nelson Leo. Khalees on the mound for the Ascent. It's 0-2 pitch on the way, fouled to the right side. It's going to stick at 0-2 here in the bottom of the first. The 0-2 pitch on the way. Swung on and driven to third base for an out. First out of the day for the Ascent here in the bottom of the first. That's going to bring up Andrew Bechtel here. First pitch here for Bechtel. Slider right down the heart of the plate. Has Bechtel at 0-1. The 0-2 driven up in the air. Third base shortstop calls him off. Nice catch in the infield. Noella there. Second out here in the bottom of the first. Mason Keller here. 2 outs in the bottom of the first. Ascent lead 1-0. As Khalees gets set up on the mound. Looks like he was tying his shoe. As Keller's first pitch that he faces goes low. Ball 1. And they wanted to check it, and they call it a strike. Said he went. Keller flips the script, 0-1. Keller's second pitch misses just high. 1-1. Second pitch bounces in the dirt. 2-1. The 2-1 pitch. Swung on and popped up to second. Camped under it and gets the catch for the out. Third out of the inning as we're going to head to the top of the second. The Ascent lead 1-0 over the Combat here at Delaware Valley University at the Frank Wolfgang Field. Been out to right from Ren, trying to follow it. That one gets down. Ren gets to second. Could he extend for three? He does. He's going for a triple. Slides in easily. As Ren, first pitch triple. Start the bottom or the top of the second. Nice swing from Ren there. Drove it out to right field. Right field fence sits at 376. Probably went about 360. As Lewis steps up, second baseman, with Ren on third. That pitch misses low and inside. Next pitch down the middle. 1-1 here. Next pitch misses just high. 2-1 the count now. Still a man in scoring position. Lewis with a chance to drive him in. The 2-1. Right down the middle, Lewis watches. Now it's 2-2 here. Top 2, 0 outs. Ascent lead 1-0. The 2-2. Swung on and fouled back. Count sticks at 2-2. The 2-2. Misses just high. Full count. First time we've seen that today. The full count. Driven and swung back. Staying alive is Lewis here with a full count. Another payoff pitch. Misses outside. Ball 4. So Lewis walks. Ren stays on third.
Hey, Blue, whenever he's standing on this side of the pitcher, just get him a couple more steps over to short so we can get the shot. Yeah, thanks.
Villamay going to step up here. Runner in scoring position and a man on first. Mason Keller going to talk to his pitcher. Calm him down here. He's got a runner in scoring position with a man on first. You got third baseman Villamay up to bat. So the first pitch Villanueva seems. Swung on and missed. 0-1 is the count. The 0-1 here in the top of the second. This is low. 1-1 the count. A lead off of first from Lewis. Eyes him down, and that ball misses. Nice stop by Keller. Count is now 2-1. Now the 2-1 here. Swung on and missed with a pitch right down the middle. 2-2 the count. Here with 0 outs. Top of second. Ascent with a chance to add more runs. As that pitch misses just to the side. 3-2 is the count. Chance to load the bases for the Ascent. Monteith coming up next. The payoff pitch swung on and drilled to the shortstop. This could be a chance for two. Gets the two. A run will score, though. The triple from Wren gets home a run. 2-0. It's a nice play. Ground ball, shortstop, and gets the two. Great play from the combat, but still the Ascent drive a run in 2-0. As Monteith up now. As that ball misses high. 1-0 the count start. Pitch on the way, swung back and fouled over into the bleachers. 1-1 here, 2 outs, no one on. Damage has already been partially done as the Ascent got another run. As that one swung on to center, Monteith watching. And that's going to be made as a catch in the outfield. Monteith just about 20 yards short, or 20 feet yards short of that fence. Either way, the Ascent, the damage has already been done. 2-0 here as we head into the bottom of the second. Combat coming up. Back here at Delaware Valley University, Frank Wolfgang Field. Ascent lead 2-0 here in the bottom of the second to start. That pitch misses low. 1-0 is the count. 1-2-3 inning for the combat. Last inning, as that one swung on and missed on a pitch right down the middle. Leo Nelson lined out. Bechtel fly out to the shortstop and counter with a second base fly out. This counts 1-1. That one misses just slow, just misses that outside corner. 2-1 the count now. 2-1 pitch, misses outside. Brian trying to frame it. 3-1 count now. Have the green light as that pitch misses down low. A walk for the Combat. A leadoff walk to start the inning. So man on first. A leadoff walk. 2-0, the Ascent still lead though. Sure with 0 outs. As that pitch down the middle gets called 0-1 to start. So Austin Haney out of Cherry Hill West High School. As that ball gets away, easy over to second base as he watches. Thought about going 3. Doesn't do it though. He's going to stay at 2. As Austin Haney, pitcher for the Combat, batting in the 5 spot. So 1-1. Haney in the left-handed batter's box. A lead from Slavin. Pitch just on the outside. 1-2 is the count. Looking to get that first out of the inning with a runner in scoring position after that lead-out walk. And the pitch just down the middle. A slider that just catches onto the inside. First out. Great pitch there. Looks to be like a breaking ball. Just dropped down. And he didn't see it all the way. That's going to be the first out here for the Ascent in the bottom of the second, leading 2-0. First pitch, another breaking ball. Same pitch that Haney just saw. First strike, 0-1. Jack Hassel out of Cherokee High School. The right-handed batter's box. Facing an 0-1 as that ball misses low. 1-1 the count. Jack Hassel sees a pitch that goes low. 1-2 the count here for the designated hitter for the Combat. 1 out. And Haney taking a lead off a second. And the 1-2 swung on to the right side, driven foul over the Combat's dugout. Now the 1-2 here with 1 out, misses low. Great block though. 2-2. 1 out here in the bottom of the second. Haney once again taking a good lead off a second. The 2-2 pitch swung on and missed for a strikeout. Second out of the inning. Combat in a little bit of a hole here. Leadoff walk and a stolen base. Has a runner on second. Here in the bottom of the second, though, 2 outs. The Ascent lead 2-0. First pitch just catches that top right corner. 0-1 is the count. Max Hess in that left side batter's box as he sees 1 low. 1-1 here, 2 outs. One and one here with 2 outs. That swung on. Could have been a ball there if Hess didn't swing. Either way, 1-2. 1 strike away from getting out of this one, getting us over to the top of the third. And the 1-2 here with 2 outs. Swung on and missed. And the Ascent escape one here with Hassel on second. 2-0 the Ascent lead over the Combat as we make our way to the top of the third. Back here at Delaware Valley University, Frank Wolfgang Field. Jeff Calabria on the mound here in the top of the third. Ascent lead 2-0. As that pitch misses down low. 1-0. Ascent with an RBI sac fly and an RBI double play. Find themselves up 2 here in the top of the third. Calabria gets him to swing through one. A little high, would have been a strike either way. 1-1 is the count. Calabria misses. That's 2-1, easy take there. Ascent trying to add to their lead here in the top of the third. Up 2-0. 1 run coming in the first and 1 run coming in the second as Calabria's pitch is swung on and blooped over to right field. It's going to get down for a leadoff single. So back to the top of the order now as Fissler steps back in. Had a single in the first. A game leading off single. He's got a man on first. Here with 0 outs, checking on the runner at first. Trying to keep him honest as Fissler in that right-handed batter's box. So Calabria has one swung on. Fissler out to right field watching it. Easy play for the right fielder, Slavin. Or actually, it was Slavin, excuse me. So now Noella steps back up to the plate. He had a ground out in the first inning. Man on first here with 1 out in the top of the third as that pitch misses low. Just misses that bottom left corner. 0-1 here with 1 out, man on first. Sella watches one. Goes up high. 2-0 the count. So 2-0 pitch right down the middle. Easy strike call for the blue. 2-1 the count. Man on first as that one's popped back. Right over our heads. Is now here with 1 out. It's 2-2. The 2-2 pitch on the way gets behind him. Now full count here for Nocella. So 1 out with a lead off of first. Nocella's payoff pitch is swung onto the third baseman in between the shifts. Gets a single there. Moves base runners over, and now we got a guy in scoring position with Nocella on first. So Logan Schumard is the pitcher. At Rancocas Valley Regional High School. 1 out and a little bit of danger here. Man on first and second. As that pitch is swung on down the first base line, trying to track it down, can't get to it. A little too far out there as that one's going to get foul. 0-1 is the count here with 1 out. So McDonough gets one out of the way there. 1-1. Still a man on first and second. One's all across the board. 1-1 with 1 out. 2-0 the Ascent lead. As McDonough's next pitch he sees, low and away, 2-1. Now 2-1 now. As that one swung and fouled down the first base side. McDonough with 2 fouls, 2-2. 1 out. 0-for-1 so far on the game. Now the 2-2. That one once again goes above him. Full count for the second time this inning. Here in the top of the third with 1 out. McDonough on first. A man on second. 1 runner in scoring position here with 1 out. As McDonough with the payoff pitch. Pitcher tries to throw it to second. It gets over his head, and he's going to easily get to third. Now you got a man on first and third. Runner in clear scoring position with one out. You'd expect McDonough to steal. Or at least think, or Nocella to steal, or at least think about it. As that one goes low and right on cue, Nocella gets the second. Either way, it's a walk, though, for McDonough. Now Quinn Bryan. Catcher is going to step up to the plate. Right side of the batter's box. Man on first, second, and third. Bases fully loaded here with one out in the top of the third. The Ascent looking to add to their lead. That one's high. 1-0 the count. Here with one out. Top three. Combat trying to escape this one. This pitch on the way misses outside once again. 2-0 the count. Combat coaches are going to go have a talk with the pitcher's mound. It's an interesting situation here. 2-0. Ascent lead. Only 3 innings in. Some trouble brewing for the Combats. Fully bases loaded. You got Quinn and Bryan up to the plate. Had an RBI sac fly in the first. One of the reasons why the Ascent have their lead right now. Sitting at 2-0. So now Bryan's going to step back in the batter's box. On the right-handed side, already up in the count, 2-0. Got first, second, and third as the 2-0 pitch swung on to right field. Can't get to it, though, as Bryan making his way to second. One runner's going to score. 2 runners are going to score. McDonough's going to stay over at third as Bryan with a 1-out, 2 RBI double. Now you got McDonough on third. You got Bryan on second. Ascent lead 4-0. Here with 1 out. Going back through his motions to start this at bat. As that one swung down the first base side and out of play. Oh and 1 here. A lead from Bryan at second. Lead from McDonough at third as that one goes high. Misses 1 and 1. Ones once again all across the board. 1-1 and 1 out. Here's the Ascent try to add to their lead. Already up 4-0 over the Combat. That one swung again down the first base line and out of play. Now the 1 and 2. That one misses way outside. 2-2. Another large lead from Bryan as that one misses low and a nice stop there. Keeps the runner at third and McDonough. McDonough not taking that big of a lead. Definitely Quinn Bryan's taking a large lead. Second, no one seems to be watching him. No need with a man at third as the 2-2 with 1 out on the way. Misses just outside. That's going to be a walk. 1 out here. Man on first, second, and third for the second time this inning. Andrew Reyes swings through that first one. First strike of the at-bat. 0-1 here with 1 out. Combat trying to limit the damage. Have 2 runs given up in this third inning. Off of a Quinn Bryan 2 RBI double. As the 0-1 just misses inside. Got bases loaded. 1 out. Sacrifice opportunity. As that one bounces off the barrel of the bat for foul ball. One, 2 here with 1 out. Making contact with that ball must have hurt, hitting it on the barrel of the bat. Ball only rolled about 10 feet or so. Hit the catcher in the face, actually. That's even worse, that much hurt. So Andrew Rhea, 1-2. Bases loaded with an opportunity for himself. That pitch is swung on low for strike 3. 2 outs here in the top of the third. Gavin Lewis, he's going to step into the right side batter's box. So we're going to have a substitution over at second base. Fisher comes in. He's going to take his lead off a second. His first pitch misses low and outside for 1-0. Strike just catches the outside. 1-1 here with 2 outs. Gavin Lewis with an opportunity here. Bases loaded here in the top of the third. That one's high, 2-1. Ascent with an opportunity to add on to some more of their run total. 1 in the first, 1 in the second, 2 in the third. Still in the third. Bases loaded here with 2 outs and a 2-1 pitch. That one misses outside, 3-1. Shumar trying to find the zone here. A walk scores a run. It's a 2 out, 3-1 pitch. Misses outside, and that's going to walk home McDonough. Gavin Lewis to first, and everyone else continues to run. 5-0 now, the Ascent lead. The right-handed batter's box here. That one swung on once again down the first base line and foul. 0-1 to start the count here with 2 outs. Bases loaded and the Ascent lead 5-0. It's that 0-1 pitch. Just catches that bottom left corner to make it 0-2. Two outs in the combat with a chance to get out of this inning. 0-2 2-out count. Misses outside, 1-2. So bases loaded. The 1-2 pitch. As that one swung on to third base, makes a little bit of a bobble there. Thought about going home, decides to head back to third. Still bases loaded and a run scores. 6-0 now, the Ascent lead. Here the Ascent lead in the top of the third, 2 outs. 4 runs scored here in the top of the third. Combat once again desperately trying to get out of this one, as that's a strike right down the middle. 0-1 to start the at-bat. 0-1 here with 2 outs. As that one's driven over to shortstop. Line out, easy catch there for the Combat as they're going to escape this one. 4 runs, though, as the damage has already been done. As we make our way to the bottom of the third, the Ascent leads 6-0 over the Combat here at Delaware Valley University. Back here at Delaware Valley University, Frank Wolfgang Field, the Ascent leads 6-0 over the Combat. 4-inning explosion from the Ascent has us at 6-0. There's Andrew Rhea on the mound. The right-hander's batter's box here. Logan Schumard just pitched for the Combat as he swings on and misses. 2-1 the count here in the bottom of the third. Leadoff batter facing the 2-1 as that swung on to left. Chasing back, makes the catch. The first out of the third. Josh Nolan. He'll step into the left-handed batter's box. Lefty on lefty matchup. So Andrew Rhea on the mound. His first pitch goes high. 1-0. Start the at-bat here in the first out. 6-0 the Ascent lead combat. Trying to crawl their way back as Rhea misses low and it bounces back to the backstop. 2-0. Josh Nolan out of Audubon High School. Right fielder. Caught a couple fly balls out and right today. That one misses high again. 3-0. Rhea trying to locate that strike zone. Not afford a walk here with one out. As he just catches that corner. Outside pitch, 3-1. 3-1 pitch, swings and misses. Full count on the way. Nolan swings through it to make it 3-2 here with one out. Now Rhea trying to fight back from down 3-2. He pops one out. That's going to get down and left for a one-out single. Nolan on first. Here 6-0 the Ascent lead over the combat. Bottom of the third with an opportunity to get some runs here. Shumad. He's in the left batter's box. For Jeff Calabria. Third baseman. Another lefty on lefty matchup. Andrew Rhea, the lefty. Jeff Calabria, the lefty, as that one misses high. Nolan with a small lead on first. Rhea watches him and throws it. He misses out to the side. Gets behind, and that's going to be an easy second base steal for Nolan. Rhea trying to find the strike zone here. Almost battled back to beat Nolan before the one-out single. Calabria, that left batter's box. Always so difficult, a lefty-on-lefty matchup here at 2-0. That catches the top right corner. 2-1. Nolan, another small lead off a second. That one swung on and fouled back. 2-2 the count here. So 2-2, bottom of the third, one out. Nolan a small lead off a second. That one misses high. Maria's not even looking over at Nolan at second. 3-2 count. Many of those we've seen today. Here with one out. As Rhea misses outside, that's going to be a one-out walk to put the runner on first, and now a runner on second, too. Nolan on second. Calabria at first. Here with one out, his coaches are going to have a talk at the mound. Eli Goldberg to be the batter. Coming in with an opportunity for the combat. Runner on first, runner on second. His trains are coming by pretty loud. I can hear him with the headset on. Eli Goldberg coming on the right side batter's box. Andrew Ria. Opportunity here for the combat. Center fielder number 11. Lefty righty favorable towards the batter as that one goes high and outside. 1-0. A large lead for Calabria at first, a small one for Nolan at second. Sal misses low and gets away. Runners advance, second and third. And a walk as Goldberg's going to make his way to first. So bases loaded here for the combat here in the bottom of the third. Sent in a little bit of hot water here. Only one out. Jack Murphy, the designated hitter. Up on that right side batter's box, righty-lefty matchup favoring Murphy. Azaria, the high strike. Bases loaded here for the combat, just like the Ascent had in the top of the first with the 0-1. That one misses high. One's across the board again. 1-1, one out. The bases loaded here as Ria goes high once again. 2-1 the count. Ria behind on Murphy. Murphy with an opportunity to cut a little closer into that lead. Still down 6-0, looking for their first run. That pitch right down the heart of the plate. Two here with one out. Ria trying to battle back and get out of this one. Here with one down. As that swung on and missed, Murphy goes down swinging. 2 outs here for the Ascent. Combat desperately trying to do something as Murphy's going to take over at first base. Ria 1 out away from getting out of this jam. Trying to keep the combat at 0 with the leading run, or scoring run 90 feet away. Leo Nelson watches one go right down the middle. Nelson lined out the first inning to the third baseman. 0 for 1 so far in this one. That's Nelson here, the 0-1 with 2 outs. Just a little high, misses that corner. 1-1 the count. So Ria the 1-1. 2 outs with bases loaded. Pitch goes high, 2-1. 2 outs. So Ria trying to battle back here with bases loaded. Loaded him up with a couple walks. Still 3 guys on. An opportunity for the combat here with 2 outs, 2-1. That strike thrown right down the heart of the plate, 2-2. So bottom 3 here. 2s all across the board as Ria trying to get out of the jam. Swings down the first base line. Fouled out of play over near the batting cages. Prime target for where most of the foul balls have been today. 2-2 once again. Here in the bottom of the third, bases loaded. Nelson with an opportunity here. Rhea with the pitch. As that swung on and popped out to right. A blooper gets down. Now 2 runners will come in as a throw into Rhea over by the pitcher's mound. That's a 2-out single from Nelson. Gets 2 runs in. 6-2 here, the Ascent lead. Man on first to Nelson and a man on third. A bloop there from Nelson. Just got in between that gap, in between first baseman and right fielder, just fair. As Andrew Bechtel out of Cherry Hill West High School. The shortstop so far for the combat. Rhea likes to go high, misses high just barely again. 1-0 here with 2 outs. Rhea eyeing down Nelson. Fires one for a strike, gets past the catcher. Nelson's going to get over to second easily. Keep him over at third, though. Man on second, man on third. Bechtel with another combat opportunity here in the bottom of the third. 1-1, 2 outs. Anything into the outfield you'd have to think will score Nelson. As Rhea misses just high. 2 balls, 1 strike. 2 outs, bottom 3. So the 2-1 to Bechtel. That swung on and blooped up past shortstop. Makes the catch, though, in center. 6-3. Ascent lead over the combat as we escape the bottom of the third and head into the top of the fourth here at Delaware Valley University, Frank Wolfgang Field. So back here at the Delaware Valley University, Frank Wolfgang Field, Ascent lead over the combat 6-2. Combat got 2 runs on the board in the bottom of the third. As that one's popped up to third base, trying to chase it down as the shortstop gets the catch for the first out on the first pitch of the inning. Here in the top of the fourth, combat got 2 with 2 outs in the bottom of the third. off of a bloop from Nelson. The Ascent, on the other hand, from Quinn Bryan. Got 2 runs to make it 6-2. It's that pitch right down the heart of the plate. Makes it 0-1 here with 1 out in the top of the 4th. This Irv Fisher drives one over the shortstop into the gap. Has a chance for 2. Isn't going to take it, though. He's going to stay at first. Fisher with a gap shot. Not deep enough, though. He's got speed, but still at first. Fisher 2 for 2 so far as Nacella steps back up to the plate, right side batter's box. Had a ground out and a walk earlier. Top 4. Fisher can definitely fly. As they take a look at him. Trying to not let him get comfortable with his large lead over at first. Eli Goldberg watching him. Goldberg takes a look over at him, then fires one high. Fisher doesn't make a move towards second, though. Nacella here with the 1-0 count. As Goldberg fires one, now Nacella over to second. Thought about going 2, doesn't go for it. Gets Nacella out, though, at first to make it 2 outs. Fisher moves on to second. 2 outs, though, here in the top of the 4th for the Ascent. So now McDonough steps up. Had an out and a walk earlier. Also had a run scored. One of the 6 so far for the Ascent. In the outfield as he pops one up behind home plate. Out back near the batting cages for another time. 0-1 here, 2 outs. Fisher on second. Anything in the outfield, that's a hit you'd have to think it would score as McDonough pops one up to third. Trying to chase it down and can't get there. Hits the dugout and bounces off. 0-2 here, 2 outs. Goldberg trying to make quick work of this inning. Get the combat back up in the bottom of the 4th here is 0-2, 2 outs. Fisher on second. Pitch to McDonough as the steal on the way. Fisher easily into third. As McDonough facing a 1-2. So now McDonough, the 1-2 with Fisher on third. Pops one up to left. Camped under it. And the sun got in his eyes. Couldn't get it. So McDonough, not going to call that an error because it didn't hit his glove, but either way, Fisher scores. 7-2. McDonough kind of gets away with one there. Ascent 7-2. Tough area with the sun there. Got in his eyes is Quinn Bryan, the one who hit the 2 RBI double, swings through the first pitch. 0-2 here with 2 outs, and McDonough on first. Now McDonough goes to second. The fire over to second. Safe. Two outs, though, as McDonough steals second. 1-0, 2 outs. McDonough safely into second, now leads off a second. That pitch inside 2-0. So Bryan here, 2-1, 2 outs, top 4. Swung on to short. Bryan trying to beat it out. And that's going to be an out for the 3rd out of the inning. Here in the top of the 4th, the Ascent leads 7-2 as we make our way to the bottom of the 4th. Ascent get 1 off of a sun in the eyes fly ball out to left. Either way, Combat come up, down 5 as we make our way to the bottom of the 4th. Back here at Delaware Valley University, Andrew Rhea still on the mound to face Mason Kellner. He misses high to start the at-bat. End the inning at 1-0 here in the bottom of the fourth. Ascent leads 7-2. Rhea has to face Kellner here as that one swung on to short. Third base tried to steal it in McDonough. Got right past it though. That's going to be an error for the Ascent and a lead-off base runner. So Slavin walked earlier on. Walked again in the third. Has another opportunity here in the bottom of the fourth. The lefty-on-lefty matchup. That one swung on to left. Going to be a tough play. Can't make the catch, though. Runners come around second. Breaking for third. Doesn't go home, though. Second and third off of a double. 0 outs, though, with a runner on second and third. Ascent lead by 5, but the Combat in a good position here. Bottom of the fourth. Now Austin Haney facing a Rhea lefty-on-lefty matchup. Worked for the last batter. Got a double and move the base runners over. This Haney's first pitch that he faces is swung on and in the dirt off a breaking ball. 0 for 2 so far in this game. At Cherry Hill West High School, graduating in 2025. And number 5 at second and third. As that breaking ball misses low. Ascent once again in trouble. Andrew Rhea battled back and got out of it last inning. In the bottom of the third, bottom four, same situation, though 0 outs with a man on second and third. As that pitch misses high, 2-1 is the count. Big lead over at second. That misses just high. And he gets a little out of the way of it. 3-1 now, an opportunity to load the bases for the Combat. The Ascent, Andrew Rhea trying to battle back. Here with 0 outs, the 3-1 misses high, and that's going to be a loading the bases walk. Combat with a huge opportunity here. Jack Harrell, the designated hitter. Opportunity that the Ascent are going to have a mound visit. Looks like Gavin Lewis coming in for Andrew Rhea. Battle back in the bottom of the third. Only allowed 2 runs with bases loaded. The Ascent lead here 7-2. Jack Hassel's got an opportunity here. Man on first, man on second, man on third here. Bases loaded. Righty on righty here. Jack Hassel on the right side batter's box. So we're going to take a step off here. Gavin Lewis on the mound, and we'll be right back here at Delaware Valley University. So back here at Delaware Valley University, the Frank Wolfgang Field. Gavin Lewis finishes his warm-up pitches. Jack Hassel in the right side batter's box here with bases loaded, an opportunity for the combat. Here with 0 outs, down 5, 7-2. As that pitch misses low. So Gavin Lewis starts off with a ball. 1-0. Bottom 4 as Lewis fires another one. Misses just outside 2-0. Jack Hassel ahead in the count. 2-0 and the pitch. Down low 3-0. Lewis now to try to battle back. A walk makes this a 7-3 game. As Lewis's pitch just gets that bottom right corner for 3-1. Putting the pressure on Hassel now. Hassel with the 3-1. That one misses low and a run's going to score. Hassel goes to first and runners advance. Now 7-3 Ascent. Tying run stands at home in Max Hess. Opportunity here for the combat. Lefty on righty matchup favorable to Hess. Bases loaded and that one misses low to start off the count 1-0. Max Hess out of Collinswood High School, first base. Number 31 in that left-hand batter's box. As that pitch misses inside 2-0. Gavin Lewis trying to find that strike zone, put the pressure on Hess and the combat. Here only up 4 in the bottom of the 4th. As that pitch, breaking ball just catches that outside zone. 2-1. Hess the tying runner. Big opportunity. Here with 2-1. That ball is outside 3-1. Here with 0 out. Bases loaded. Gavin Lewis trying to not walk in a run. It's now 3-1. As that one swung on, pop up to short. Infield fly rule is called. Bases stay loaded. As Max Hess pops out to short. So now 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. Combat still in a good position here with bases loaded, down 4 on the Ascent. As Logan Schumard in the batter's box out of Rancocas Valley High School watches a low strike get called. 0-1 the count here with 1 out. So Logan Schumard watches an inside pitch come in. 1-1 the count. One's all across board. 1 out here, down 4. Another good opportunity. Started out, bases loaded with 0 outs. Now out to 1 out. Max has popped up to the shortstop as the 1-1 swung on and popped back. Now 1-2 the count. So bases loaded. Logan Schumar with a golden opportunity here for the combat. Gavin Lewis trying to get out of the bases loaded situation. That ball's inside 2-2. Logan Schumard. 2 strikes, 2 balls. Opportunity to get 2 outs. As that one swung down the third base side and foul. Schumard trying to battle. Lewis doing the same. Bases loaded here in the bottom of the 4th. As that pitch is swung on back down the third baseline for foul ball. 2-2 remains the count. Logan Schumard with bases loaded, 2-2, 1 out. The 2-2 pitch is swung on down the third base side. Can't make the play into left field. The ball goes. One runner scores. Bases will stay loaded. 7-4 off the Logan Schumard RBI single here in the bottom of the fourth. Jake McDonough tried to make the play over at third base, just a little too far for him. 7-4 though now. Combat inching closer and closer. 2 runs in the second, 1 in the third. An opportunity here as that ball's fouled back. 0-1, 1 out. 7-4 the Ascent lead. As Josh Nolan at Audubon High School, the right fielder, graduating in 2025, faces an 0-1 breaking ball, now an 0-2 count. A 1 out. Now Gavin Lewis, 0-2. And that one bounces toward the catcher. Good block, though. 1-2 is the count. Lewis's first time being up in the count. Had to battle back a couple times, did a good job of it, got 1 out. Now has another opportunity again. As that pitch misses high, the breaking ball didn't drop far enough down, 2-2. Still bases loaded situation here. Ascent in hot water like they were last inning. Combat with an opportunity as that one bounces low and gets away. Runners move. A run scores. Man on second and third. As a wild pitch is going to score that one. 7-5 combat lead. 3 runs here in the bottom of the fourth. So now Nolan. Runner on second. Runner on third. As that's lined out to right field. Foul ball down the first base line. Full count here. 1 out. Anything in the outfield could have a shot to score 2. As that one's pushed away and a walk. It's going to load the bases once again. For what's been the majority of this inning has been bases loaded for the combat. Coach is going to talk out to Gavin Lewis. 3 runs here for the combat in the fourth. Once down 6-0. Outscored the Ascent 5-1 over the last 2 innings. Here with only 1 out, bases loaded. Jeff Calabria had a single in the third. Leadoff pitch. Misses inside. 1-0. Now Jeff Calabria, third baseman, facing the 1-0 pitch, bases loaded. That one swung on, popped up, and had a play for foul ball, 1-1-1. Bases still loaded here with a 1-1 count. As Calabria watches a strike go by, 1-2. Lewis up in the count. 1-2, trying to get a strikeout here as that one's lined down the third base line for foul. 1-2 stays the count. Calabria desperately trying to stay alive. Kevin Lewis desperately trying to get second out. Bases have been loaded for pretty much the whole majority of this inning. Combat have had a lot of opportunities. Ascent just trying to close them out. As Lewis's breaking ball doesn't drop down far enough. 2-2 the count. Calabria, the 2-2. That misses low, as Gavin Lewis now has the count to 3-2. Once leading 1-2, now we have a payoff pitch incoming here with 1 out, bases loaded, and a walk makes this game 7-6. As that one swung on, popped back for foul ball. Count remains 3-2. Calabria once again trying to stay alive. Gavin Lewis trying to get to that second out. As the 3-2 misses outside, Calabria walks. Runners will make their way around the bases. 7-6, we have a 1-run game here in the bottom of the 4th here with 1 out and bases still loaded. Eli Goldberg pitched last inning for the Combat. So he'll face the 0-1 fastball up and inside as he swings through that one. Pitched last inning, let in 1 run. Not entirely his fault though. Sun got in the eyes. That one misses inside, 1-1. Ascent once led this game 6-0 before giving up 2 runs in the second, 6-2. As the 1-1. That misses low, 2-1. Now bases loaded and Gavin Lewis with a 2-1 count. As that one misses low, 3-1. Combat with an opportunity to tie the game. And a ball will just about do that as Gavin Lewis winds up and fires. And we got a tie ball game here as that run's going to walk in. 7-7. Pitchers go out to talk to Gavin Lewis. It looks like Jake McDonough is going to take the mound here. We're in the bottom of the 4th. 1 out, 7-7. Still has Jack Murphy, Leo Nelson, and Andrew Bechtel to go through. Next 3 batters is Jake McDonough, the 3rd baseman. Still with bases loaded.
Hey, boo, it's 11:37. So I mean 11. Yeah, but probably just gonna be next inning, obviously.
Mound. Jake McDonough on the mound here with Jack Murphy at the plate in the left-hander's batter's box. As that one swung on for strike 1. Bases loaded here, tie game, bottom 4. Jack Murphy, the center fielder, out of Paul VI High School. That ball misses inside, 1-1, 1 out. As that one's fouled back to make it 1-2. A lot of the story of the bottom of the 4th. Bases have been mostly loaded. Combat have had a lot of good opportunities. There's Jack Murphy facing that 1-2. Swings and fouls that one back. 1 out here. 2 outs has really been avoiding the Ascent for the majority of this inning. Coming within just a strike away on multiple occasions. As McDonough fires high. 2-2 the count. McDonough trying to close out the combat. Gets that second out. Bottom 4 bases loaded. Murphy in that left side. As that one goes low. 3-2 with a full count. A lot of full counts here in the bottom of the 4th. 3 walked-in runs. As McDonough gets him to swing through it, grounds out to first. Won't have a play for double, but just steps on one. A run does come in, though. 8-7. Josh Nolan steps on home, though, to add that leading run for the combat. Once down 6-0. Now up 8-7. Nelson Leo. Guy on second, guy on third. As McDonough finds that outside corner to make it 0-1 here with 2 outs. Leo Nelson out of Haddonfield, second baseman. Graduating class of 2025. Watches a ball for 1-1. The 1-1 here with 2 outs. As that one's batted over to the shortstop. Goes to make the play at first. An easy out for out 3 as the Ascent finally get out of the bottom of the 4th. But not before 5 runs there. Or 6 runs for the combat as we make our way into the top of the 5th. The Ascent 7, Combat 8 here at Delaware Valley University and the Frank Wolfgang Field. Back here at Delaware Valley University, Frank Wolfgang Field count is 0-1. As that one swung on a short. Going to be a tough play. Makes the grab, though. Fires over to first for the first out on the second pitch of the inning. Max Hess makes the catch to make it 1 out, top 5. Combat just need 2 outs to put this one away. It's Andrew Rhea facing Eli Goldberg. walked in a run. It's him in the left batter's box, swings through the first pitch, 0-1 here with 1 out. Right through a fastball. As Rhea takes the second pitch outside. 1-1 here in top 5. Rhea's 1-1 pitch swung through on a pitch outside. 1-2. Gavin Lewis on deck. Pitcher last inning for him. It's the 1-2 with 1 out. That one goes outside. 2-2, 1 out. 1 out. Rhea trying to get on base. 2-2. As that breaking ball just misses. Didn't drop the floor out enough as we go to a full count here. 3-2 on Andrew Rhea. As that pitch misses outside, Rhea to first. Lewis steps in the batter's box. 1 out here with Rhea on. Has the Ascent in a better position than they were just a minute ago. Rhea takes a quick lead off. Goldberg looks at him. Now fires to Lewis. Outside pitch, 1-0. Gavin Lewis played infield to start the game. Then was the pitcher as he watches one high and inside for 2-0. Getting Andrew Rhea over to second would be huge for the Ascent, especially with 1 out here. As Goldberg eyes down Lewis and fires one. That's a strike just off the outside. 2-1. Rhea with the lead in the 2-1. As that one swung through on a fastball down the middle, 2-2. So 2-2 here for Gavin Lewis. As that breaking ball misses. Combat thought about throwing to first. Andrew Rhea was already on his way back to first regardless. Another full count here, the second one we've seen this inning. Gavin Lewis swings at one through outside. 2 outs as Goldberg gets his first strikeout of the inning. So now Villanova steps up to the bat. As that pitch misses low and inside. Rhea not taking a huge lead off of first, but definitely getting out there as Goldberg eyes him back. Villanova with an opportunity here, 2 outs as that one misses high, and throw back to first isn't in time though as Rhea gets back. Trey Villanova though dealing at the plate with a 2-0 count, 2 outs, and Monteith on deck. And the 2-0 just catches the up and in corner. 2-1, 2 outs. Andrew Rhea, guy on first. Now Villanova up high. Rhea takes a big stride after usually every single pitch. Combat watching him closely though. 3-1 as that one goes high, and that's going to be another walk. Man on second and first as Monteith is going to step up to the plate here with 2 outs. So infielders are going to go have a talk with Goldberg.
You got Rio on second. Got Villanova on first. Got Monteith in the box. 2 outs. The Combat are 1 out away from closing this one out here in the top of the 5th. It's Ian Monteith with the first pitch of the at-bat being a strike on the bottom corner. 0-1. Monteith's 0-1. Swung on and popped up into right field. Makes the play for the 3rd out of the inning. And that's going to do it for us here. Ascent 7 and Combat 8. Once down 6-0. Battle their way back to beat the Ascent 8-7 in 5 here at Delaware Valley University and at the Frank Wolfgang Field.
See that we're gonna see him in the next game and everything.
4 games today. We'll see at the next game. This was the Combat and the Ascent. It'll be Scanzo versus the Combat.
That was this one.
It'll be the Ascent 17U versus the Deck Dogs. That game's at 12:20 p.m. That's coming up at probably about a half an hour or so. That'll be taking place here at the Frank Wolfgang Field. And we'll see you shortly for that game.